morning, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Welcome to Weather HQ. Today's headlines. President Bongbong Marcos approves two major projects in yesterday's NEDA board meeting, which includes the strengthening of the country's healthcare system. A state of calamity is declared in Pikit, Cotabato, following heavy rains and floods. And in Chile, its special territory, Easter Island, is overwhelmed with plastic pollution. This in global weather. President Marcos approves two major projects in yesterday's meeting with the National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA. First is the almost 28 billion peso Phase 1 Health System Resilience Project that will ensure the government's capability to respond in times of pandemic and other emergencies. The president says his administration is focusing on 17 provinces in strengthening the healthcare system. The second project, approved by the president, is the Mindanao Transport Connectivity Improvement Project. This will ensure easy access for farmers and communities from regions 10, 11, and 12 in delivering their goods. Retired Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio says the transfer of the nearly 90 billion peso PhilHealth excess funds to the National Treasury is unconstitutional. Carpio is one of the petitioners who questioned the transfer of funds before the Supreme Court. He tells BNC's Agenda that only the president has the authority to transfer funds within the executive branch.
Sa ligang batas natin says that no law shall be passed authorizing the transfer of appropriations. That is the general prohibition. No law shall be passed authorizing the transfer of appropriations. Ngayon, yung 2024 General Appropriations Act nag-authorize. It authorized the Secretary of Finance to transfer appropriations from PhilHealth to the unprogrammed appropriations. So doon pa lang, there is a violation already. Klarong-klaro, it's a direct violation.
Yesterday, the Sambayan Coalition led petitioners who asked the High Court to block the fund transfer by issuing a temporary restraining order. This year, PhilHealth had already remitted 20 billion pesos in May and 10 billion pesos in August, 30 billion pesos this October, with the remaining 29.9 billion pesos set to be transferred in November. The fund transfer is mandated by the General Appropriations Act of 2024, which orders PhilHealth to remit 89.9 billion pesos in excess subsidies to the National Treasury. A state of calamity is declared in Pikit, North Cotabato. The Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office says around 500 families were evacuated following heavy rains and flooding since Tuesday night. Most affected area is Barangay Fort Pikit, while other barangays affected are from Mamasapano and Maguindanao del Sur. Aside from residential areas, some agricultural lands were also submerged in floods. Authorities are still looking into the extent and cost of damage. Let's take a look at local weather in today's forecast from Pag-asa. Two weather systems are affecting the country at the moment. One is the easterlies that continue to affect Luzon and the eastern part of Visayas. And the other one is the ITCZ, or the Intertropical Convergence Zone, that affects the southern part of Mindanao. Now, due to the easterlies, residents here over in Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon, as well as eastern Visayas, can expect partly to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Residents in these areas must prepare for severe thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. Now, due to the ITCZ, residents in the Zamboanga Peninsula, Davao Occidental, Sarangani, South Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, Basilan, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, and Palawan will experience cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. so watch out for possible flash floods or landslides due to the moderate to at times heavy rains. While the rest of Soxargen, Barm, and the Davao region will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Now, for the rest of the country, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers are also expected, but it is caused by localized thunderstorms. Now, as for our sea conditions, no gale warning in effect, allowing seafarers to venture out safely. Light to moderate sea conditions are expected for the entire country, but always take precautionary measures as the weather conditions can change unexpectedly. So, as always, stay safe and enjoy your time on the water. Let's take a look at the weather conditions over in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, starting off in the north. Now, due to the easterlies that we mentioned a while ago, most parts of the region will experience warm and humid weather conditions, particularly in Loag, Tuguegarao, Olongapo, as well as Metro Manila and Legazpi. So let's move down here to Legazpi to show you. Temperatures will range from 24 to 33 degrees Celsius. Different situation, of course, in Puerto Princesa. This is the only area that we're monitoring that is experiencing the ITCZ. Residents in Puerto Princesa will experience cloudy skies with rain showers and thunderstorms. As you can see here, apart from Puerto Princesa, weather is similar all around Luzon, and 32 degrees to 33 degrees being the high in most of those regions, with Baguio being the exception again. 17 degrees the low, 24 degrees the high. Let's go down south to Visayas. Generally fair weather conditions are expected, but the eastern section, particularly in Tacloban, must prepare for sudden thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. But when you take a look at Bacolod, Metro Cebu, Iloilo as well, only a 40% chance of rain in these areas. Now, temperatures could range up to 24 to 32 degrees Celsius, but of course, once again, to all our kababayans in Tacloban, do watch out for the increased chances of rain. Let's go to Mindanao. Residents in Mindanao, specifically in Zamboanga, because of the ITCZ, residents should prepare for cloudy skies and rain showers all throughout the day. As you can see here, weather conditions in Zamboanga a bit different compared to Cagayan de Oro and in Metro Davao. Now, in those areas, generally fair weather conditions are expected, but also a slight chance of rain in the afternoon. Now, given the high temperatures of 33 degrees, please remember, stay hydrated, stay cool whenever you are out and about. Now, monitoring local forecasts is recommended as weather conditions could change, but as we mentioned a while ago, Zamboanga, even though we expect more wet weather coming here, 32 degrees Celsius still the high, so it may still be a bit hot despite the rainy weather. So let's see if the weather will be suitable for the rest of your work week. Here's the 3-day weather forecast coming in from Pag-asa. Let's start off first in the summer capital of the Philippines, Baguio. Generally fair weather conditions are expected in the next 3 days with a low chance of rain up until Sunday. You might want to have a road trip up north and experience cool weather in Baguio. Weather temperatures range from 17 to 24 degrees Celsius. As you can see here, that will be the same all the way up until Sunday, starting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's the coolest part over in Luzon, like we showed you a while ago. So everyone out there in those areas, in Baguio in particular, do enjoy the cool weather for all of us. Let's now go on to Iloilo. For the next 3 days, it'll be partly cloudy skies with a high probability of rain. Rain showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon in particular should be watched out for. Temperatures in the next coming days are going to be a bit high, 24 to 33 degrees Celsius. But with the rain, with the heat, make sure you have the umbrellas with you, protect yourselves from the heat throughout the entire week. And of course, let's see whether or not it will change, because you should always be prepared for sudden changes in the weather wherever you go. As you can see here, starting off on Friday, 33 degrees Celsius, starting off tomorrow, and all the way up until Sunday, highs of 32. For Asia's Latin city, Zamboanga, cloudy skies with rain showers will continue until tomorrow, but don't worry, because come Saturday and Sunday, improved weather is expected. We mentioned the rain that will be expected in Zamboanga. We're seeing that up until tomorrow. Temperatures on the weekend range from 24 to 33 degrees Celsius. As you can see here, weather improving starting off from Saturday and Sunday, with the sun shining just a bit more over the weekend. Now we'll give you more stories on the impact of climate change after the break. Keep it here on BNC, the Billionaire News Channel. back. You're still watching Weather HQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. The Quezon City government has acquired 8 electric buses for free commuter transport. Mayor Joy Belmonte says the city aims for a 30% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. The electrification effort targets a reduction in reliance on internal combustion engines, which contribute to about 25% of black carbon emissions in transportation. Initial testing of the electric buses is scheduled in the coming weeks. Sustainable public transportation is now a key focus for modern society, addressing climate change. With the global vehicle production increasing annually, cutting emissions from transport is a major challenge. Electric vehicles play a crucial part in this effort due to their potential to lower greenhouse gas emissions and improve air quality. Barangay Concepcion 2 in Marikina City is promoting its urban garden project as one of its solid waste management initiatives. The urban garden is the main facility of the barangay for the production of fertilizer or soil nutrients for their crops from the collected organic waste in their community. With the help of the Department of Interior, local governments and their constituents are also encouraged to join backyard farming as well as using public spaces to plant fruits and vegetables to ensure food security. Urban farming supports a sustainable food system by localizing food production and boosting climate resilience by using unused urban land. It reduces the need for rural farmland and lowers carbon emissions as food grown nearby travels shorter distances. Senator Amy Marcos pushes for more support for local farmers instead of relying heavily on food imports. The re-electionist senator is calling for improved mechanisms to enhance farmers' output and connect them with consumers. She suggests providing transport subsidies and modest wages for small farmers and fishermen, as well as utilizing idle government land to empower young farmers to combat hunger and high food prices. The Climate Impact Assessment for Agriculture in the Philippines, regularly published by the DOST Pag-asa, provides an analysis of the weather and climate conditions that occurred in the preceding month, which could impact rice and corn crops and farming activities in various regions of the country. These reports may be used by agriculturalists, decision makers, farmers, and workers in evaluating the potential negative effects of extreme events like drought, heavy rainfall, and the occurrence of tropical cyclones on current crops, allowing them to develop effective adaptation strategies. Coming up, global weather when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is Weather HQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Residents in Chennai, India still suffered from flooding after torrential rain struck the city and other parts of Tamil Nadu starting Tuesday. Drone footage on Wednesday showed the flooded streets of Chennai after the heavy rains. Local news reported knee-deep waters leading to traffic jams and disruption of public transport, including railway lines and bus services, with several domestic flights canceled as fewer passengers showed up. According to the India Meteorological Center, a depression is said to move west-northwestwards and cross the North Tamil Nadu South Andhra Pradesh coast between the Puducherry and Nellore, close to Chennai today. Due to this weather disturbance, residents in Chennai should expect more rain in the upcoming days. Starting today up until tomorrow, they'll experience cloudy skies with rain showers and thunderstorms, and on Saturday and Sunday, cloudy skies with light rains are expected. As you can see here, the rain not letting up, but it might get a bit easier coming over the weekend. Moving on to Chile. In Chile, Easter Island, locally known as Rapa Nui, is overwhelmed by plastic pollution, receiving about 50 times more plastic and microplastics than the country's coast. This is primarily due to its location in the South Pacific Gyre, which brings debris from Australia, South America, and fishing vessels. Marine biologist Moiko Pacomio notes that most microplastics come from fishing waste, contaminating local wildlife like sea urchins and impacting the food chain. Mayor Pedro Edmonds and the island's leaders are campaigning against plastic pollution, hoping to reach an agreement in South Korea to reduce plastic use. They discovered that 58% of the island's plastic waste originates from continental Chile, highlighting that the main contamination is local. Residents of Easter Island will experience cloudy skies today up until tomorrow. Now, residents will still continue to experience cool weather temperatures from 13 to 18 degrees Celsius. Now, this weekend in particular, partly cloudy skies are expected for the residents, and of course, expecting some sunshine as well. There's also a slight temperature change, but a 1 degree increase won't change the cold weather that they're experiencing there today. As we mentioned here a while ago, Saturday and Sunday, a bit more sunny, but then that doesn't change how cool it is there. Moving on to Europe, fishermen in Lake Neuchâtel in Switzerland struggled to remove numerous small invasive brown mussels from the Black Sea. The quagga mussels are clogging underwater pipelines and are often found in native crayfish, risking suffocation. They consume large amounts of phytoplankton, reducing food for other lake species. It was first detected in Switzerland's Rhine River near Basel in 2014. They have spread to at least 6 lakes, including Lake Geneva. A 2023 study predicts that with few predators, their population could increase 20 times in the next 2 decades. Some Swiss lakes, like Lake Zurich and Lake Lucerne, have avoided these issues, leading authorities to consider new boat cleaning regulations to curb the spread. Residents in Geneva will experience good weather conditions this coming weekend. Tomorrow, the sun may still show up, but residents should watch out for isolated rain showers. As you can see, the weather conditions here Saturday just a bit more wet. Despite of the sunny weather, residents will still continue to experience cool weather conditions, temperatures ranging from 9 to 17 degrees Celsius. So let's go back here at home to the Philippines. A while ago, we reported on the state of calamity declared in Pikit, North Cotabato. For an update on that, we have on the phone Arnulfo Villaruz, the PDRRM officer of the provincial government of Cotabato. Magandang umaga po. Thank you very much for joining us.
Magandang umaga rin po, Sir Paolo.
Sir, state of calamity po dyan sa may Cotabato. Can you give us an update kung may ulan pa ba, may pagbaha dyan sa area po ninyo?
Yes, anong nakarang araw, no? Tayo po ay inulan dito, kaya wala naman pong bagyo. May mga localized thunderstorms lang. Then, the other day, parang may naapektuhan tayo ng intertropical convergence zone.
Mm-hmm.
At yun nga, may mga minor naman na pagbaha dito sa may Pikit, isang munisipyo ito na part nito ay nasa Ligawasan Mars, which is the catch basin of the Mindanao River Basin.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning kahit na hindi umuulan dito sa amin sa Cotabato province, kapag umulan doon sa taas, meaning Bukidnon, part of Bukidnon, dito pa rin ang bagsak sa amin ng tubig.
Sir, initial reports. Opo.
Sa ngayon, may mga ang ating municipal DRRM office at saka ang MSWDO are conducting assessment and validation of reported flooding incidents in the area. As of now, we have not yet received any formal report on the number of families affected. So far, there are no reports of displacement in the area. And after the validation, the team will be deciding on what assistance will be provided to the affected family.
Mm-hmm. So, sir, just to clarify po, wala pong balita on whether or not yung initial report po na 500 families na affected, if the numbers has increased or not?
That's initial, no? That's
Opo.
Initial report, but as of now, we have not yet, at the provincial level, we have not yet received a formal report on this. Perhaps sa municipal level siguro yun. But anytime today, we are hoping that they can provide us the formal report after the validation or the assessment in the field.
Maraming salamat for the update. That is Sir Arnulfo Villaruz, the PDRRM officer of the provincial government of Cotabato. Mag-ingat po kayo.
Thank you po.
Now, before we go, let's take a look at some brighter news because a rainbow showed up earlier today in the Quezon City Memorial Circle. Now, we have Nice little photo of that. Take a look at that. Rainbows typically occur when sunlight interacts with raindrops in the atmosphere. And when light enters a raindrop, it bends and reflects off the back of this droplet, and then it exits, bending again. Now, this process separates the light into its component colors, creating the circular arc of a rainbow. Rainbows are commonly seen when the sun is shining while it is raining, particularly when the sun is low in the sky. As you can see there, that's a great sign for a lot of people, and hopefully that means it'll be a great day for you as well. And that's Weather HQ today. Join me again tomorrow, whatever the weather, here on BNC, the Billionati News Channel.